We're back to action here at PCW, Full Throttle, but Chris Myers, what about that announcement just minutes ago? Thomas Bunsey has David Young from Diamonds in the Rough at TNA.
Oh, Mike Fox, what are you thinking now? Are you wishing you'd have brought your tire iron with you tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Cleburne, Texas, the real deal, Nobe Bryant.
Now, let me tell you something. I like Nobe Bryant, but you know what? If you're going to announce that you're from Cleburne, Texas, you might as well announce that you're from parts unknown.
Well, I don't know about that. And one of the real fan favorites here in PCW about to come out. Irishman by way of Boston, Stephen Murphy is here.
You know what his favorite holidays are?
What?
Well, St. Patrick's Day, obviously.
Well, obviously.
Cinco de Mayo's coming up.
And his opponent, from Boston, Massachusetts, Stephen Murphy.
He got a wee bit of the Guinness at St. Patrick's Day. Now he's going to have some cerveza during Cinco de Mayo.
Well, that would apply to a lot of people, but be that as it may, this ought to be a good match between two of the fine young talents here in PCW. Two real up-and-comers in Murphy and Bryant. Bryant, of course, has proven himself to be a high flyer, a risk taker, if you will. Stephen Murphy equally adept in the air and on the mat, so we'll see how this one turns out.
Well, Murphy's been gone for a while. He's been nursing some injuries. You know, he sustained some pretty good ones at Genocide.
Indeed, he wrestled Charlie Haas from the WWE at Genocide, and we'll see Charlie Haas here next week here on PCW Full Throttle.
Well, that one I'm looking forward to. That one I'm looking forward to a lot. And look at Nobe Bryant going after this punk.
Very relentless against Murphy, but Murphy puts the boot up, but Bryant quick enough to catch him, but not quick enough to get out of the way, and now a clothesline takes him out of his boots, and once again, clothesline by Stephen Murphy, and now it's Murphy on a roll, Irish whip, and now Bryant up in the air, oh, what a backdrop.
And Murphy does all of that under the influence. Can you believe that?
He does not. He does not.
Well, he's Irish. What do you want?
He's Irish, but that doesn't mean he drinks, okay? Bryant with a kick, standing Murphy straight up, but Murphy gets him down with the elbow. Big backflip on top of Bryant, on top of the cover, two, and only. Bryant trying to beg off here, trying to get things to slow down, and indeed he got Murphy right where he wanted him. Now firing in a right hand, a right forearm, if you will, and another one to the side of the head of Murphy. Firing him into that top turnbuckle, and it is Nobe Bryant, one half of the tag team known as the Elite, a team that's just getting better with each week of competition. Snapmare on Murphy, and now here comes Bryant off the ropes, and oh, low-level drop kick there.
Right into the shoulder and the side of the head of Murphy. Rings his bell a little bit.
Got the leg hook, two, only two.
Goes along with that constant ringing in his ears anyway.
Well, I don't know about that. Bryant has some complaints about the count with referee Roger Needham. Now back on the offensive here against Murphy. Firing in a big roundhouse forearm. And another one. And now Bryant pulling back on him in a modified camel clutch. Still to come tonight, we're going to see Lance Hoyt and Apocalypse. They're going to be getting after it against one another. Former partners in the Dark Circle.
Former brothers in the Dark Circle. I mean, these guys went everywhere together, 2-3 years ago. I mean, this was a group. I mean, this was the Four Horsemen of Texas. I mean, these guys could not be split up, and now look at them.
Oh, what a chop by Murphy, and a right hand, and another chop. He's got Bryant backed up, firing him into the ropes now. But Bryant sliding underneath. Went for a boot, but oh, look at this, great agility. Oh, big kick by Bryant.
Caught him right in the throat, too.
Tremendous upside to this young man. 1, 2, only 2.
And he really did go for a leg, a hook of the leg there on Murphy. Murphy just too powerful to kick out.
That's right, he's got to take a little more out of the Irishman before he could hope to hold him down with that, but Bryant putting all of his weight across the back of the neck and now stepping out. Let's see what he's going to do with Murphy now. A little bit of the ollie shuffle and a boot upside the head. And now Bryant shuffling once again and a kick to the other side. And now coming off the ropes, right on top of Murphy. That could crush a man's larynx right there. Bryant on top of the cover, leg is hooked, 2 and only 2.
Do some real damage to his throat too.
Oh yeah, that too. Nobe Bryant, along with his partner Brandon Collins, they've been doing a lot of studying. They come to the arena every night to work out, and now a sleeper hold being applied by Bryant.
You know, Bryant has been at this for a few years now. and is really starting to learn the trade. I mean, he's really starting to come around, knows what he needs to do. He's been studying, doing his homework, like you said. You know, and it's been a long 3-4 years for him. You know, speaking of that, you know what the longest 3-4 years of Murphy's life was?
I think I know, but what?
4th grade.
I knew you were going to say something idiotic like that.
Wasn't idiotic.
Referee checking Murphy's arm. Oh, the arm does not go down. Stephen Murphy trying to fight back, trying to get a rhythm going, getting back up to his feet. Bryant still holding on to that sleeper. Murphy driving in the elbows. And another elbow. He's free, coming off the ropes, ducks under the right hand. Steps over Bryant. Bryant with a leapfrog. Went for another leapfrog. Wow. Oh, flying drop kick by Bryant. Man goes airborne as much as anybody in this organization. 2 and only 2.
So now Bryant needs to quit telling everybody that this one's over and just get on him.
Bryant tossing aside some of his wrist.